Yeah. Yeah. I'm just about out. Actually, it's late for me today. I usually drink this much earlier in the day and get in my creatine and my BCAAs, but I trained late today, so
Now, is that flavored?
it is, but there's not much flavor to it. I'm not going to say where I got it. It's a local place. It is good though. Like it's not bad.
Okay.
It's just I thought it could be better flavored.
Yeah,
What any?
I take the BCAAs and the creatine as well, but just mixed with the water.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
No, I
I
like
just
it.
thought that looked a little blue.
It is. No, it is. Yeah, it is. It's blue
Maybe
raspberry.
that's some pre-workout left over.
No,
Should
no,
probably use.
no. The pre-workout is the last one I had was actually a lemonade flavor, and it wasn't bad.
But sometimes you'll just use the same mug, I assume.
Sometimes, like the majority of the time.
But I mean, for your pre-workout, because you have that, I assume, after your workout.
Where's my pre-workout one? Yeah. I'll usually have my pre-workout in my gym before I train. But yeah, the pre-workout one I've been using for the last 3 or 4 days is my Red Supplement King one, and this one I've been using for 3 or 4 days for BCAAs. And one of my black shake blender bottle ones I've been using for protein. You give them a little rinse, but otherwise, yeah, I don't got time to be washing in between all the time. Like I'm not doing that.
I wash mine.
No, I don't got time for
I'm
that.
the homemaker. I'm the homemaker here. She brings home the bacon, I fry it up.
I mean, part of it, I think, is just being nice to yourself too. So I mean, that's fine.
I'm the Tony Danza of the operation.
Yes, Tony Danza. Not gonna lie, I know Tony Danza. I don't get the reference.
Oh, okay. You never seen Who's the Boss then?
No.
Old TV
No.
sitcom. He went to be a housekeeper to this blonde woman, Angela.
Yeah. So you're
Angela.
he was the housekeeper for a blonde woman. I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Tony Danza, ladies and gentlemen. Now,
You say you do know him or you didn't know him?
oh, I know who Tony Danza is. I just didn't know what you were referring to. He was in. He was in a lot of shit. Yeah.
Yeah. He was a boxer.
He was?
Pretty impressive one too.
Shit. That's gonna
You
be
can
a
look.
rabbit hole.
Yeah. There's a fight, and he punches a guy right out of the ring.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look that up later. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to look something up right now though.
I'll leave the rabbit hole.
Yeah. The rabbit hole. It's and look, the rabbit holes are good, but for this in particular, first off, we're gonna check out the Vancouver Pro competitors coming up here tomorrow. And it's actually tomorrow for prejudging, and then Sunday is the finals, which you don't often see 2-day shows. Not
there
only
was
that,
one. I forget which one was a 2-day show. Maybe the Toronto.
I can't remember. The Toronto I didn't pay as much attention to until after the show because of the ridiculous price for the live stream. Coincidentally, we see the same thing with the Vancouver Pro show, but we'll get into that in a minute. When it comes to this show in particular being 2 days, I was listening to the Canadian Beef podcast. I don't know if you caught the latest episode. Morgan's actually in Morgan's actually in Vancouver, and he was talking about the start times for the shows and when they want them there. He said that they want the guys there at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon for prejudging, but they want them well into the evening, for finals. So that's like potentially 30 hours between stage times. That's unusual.
Yeah. No, that would be a long day. These guys have to peak at like an exact point, especially the bigger guys. This favors all that crap favors certain physiques. Why do you think Hattie won the Olympia? They had them backstage for what? How many hours?
That was a disaster, dude. That was a disaster.
That ruins physiques. They have to understand that. I don't know
And
why they don't.
they do understand, just clearly there's, look, I don't even want to speculate what the other obligations could possibly be or the delays or what it might be, but the athletes should first and foremost be considered when it comes to their peak. Now, there's many classes. I understand that. But the fact of the matter is, the number one priority should be, here's the time you're going to be on stage, and we're not going to move away from that schedule. That's it. The Olympia was a disaster. But anyway, for this one here, 30 hours in between stage time is very, very and especially like you're going to have to peak in the early afternoon for one day and then peak in the later evening for the second day. It's just like you said, it's not going to translate over to having your best physique. The odds are against you when you have to try and peak like that, I'm sure.
And that's what you want. If you're a bodybuilding promoter, you want the guys to look their best. That should be your final equals, your most important thing. Do the show around that.
100%. But with that being said, we should look at the competitors. We're going to look at the competitors because I am still looking forward to seeing these guys at the Vancouver Pro. I'll share my screen with you here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, big time. Let's share this here. Okay. So for this show in particular, ladies and gentlemen, courtesy of Bodybuilders Without Borders on Instagram.
Great Instagram page.
Oh, one of the best. One of the best. I'm always on Bodybuilders Without Borders. Who isn't? But 6 competitors here. Prince Bobang, actually from close to where I'm at, and you.
Yes,
Aaron
that's right.
Yeah, and man, ridiculous looking right now. Anyway, Aaron Gali, Stan DeLongo, Stanimal, Morgan McDonald, Hassan Mustafa, Nate Spear. Nate Spear, especially, I'm looking forward to seeing him.
He's looking good. He's looking, bless you. He's looking good on Instagram, but I mean, I think it will translate, but who knows?
Well, I tell you what. Let's start from Nate Spear and see how he's looking on Instagram, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's take a look. To the most recent portion of Nathan Spear. It's a good front double. Okay, he's going through the shots quick here. Let's back up. Let's back up a little. Okay. We can't.
Is that
the play button's going to be in the way.
Just pictures?
It is a video. It's just a quick video. It's kind of hard to follow along.
Okay.
It's harder to follow along. Yeah. But this here was what, 2 days ago? Yeah.
Oh, he's looking pizzizzled. Build.
Yeah. Looks like his conditioning's going to be on point. Oh yeah, good side chest, man. Really good side chest.
Now, depending on how big he is next to the other guys, he could be a threat.
Yep.
It could be an overwhelming size situation. You know what I mean?
His most muscular almost reminds me of like Ross Flanagan, actually, which is not a bad thing. The Christmas tree is, whoa, man.
Yeah. He's in shape.
They call him Nasty Nate Spear for a reason, man. Oh, it was a really quick shot, but that was a good front lat spread.
More than decent. Yeah. His condition looks more than decent.
Yeah, I think so.
He could be a first call out guy. Of course, with 6 gentlemen competing, I believe there will be only one call out.
There's only going to be one call out. But that's the cool thing about this show too, is number 1 is definitely going to get compared as well to number 6,
This is where Morgan can, we'll get to him in a minute. A guy like that, I should say, a guy like Spear can really shine, right?
Yeah. So it does have its interesting nuances for it to be only 6 competitors. It does make it an interesting show, depending on your perspective. So let's go back. Nate's looking good. There's no question. He is looking good.
Nate's looking good. Hassan's next.
No. How far back do I got to go here?
You can
What's
skip
that?
through Hassan. Hassan's next, I think, in the lineup. You can skip through him, or you can go to the next guy if you want.
Yeah, honest to God.
I think Hassan's the main focus.
Well, let's go to Morgan. Yeah, like I said, I was listening to him on the Canadian Beef podcast. Everybody go
With
check
Robin
out the
Strand,
Canadian.
yeah.
Yeah, go check out the Canadian Beef podcast. Great podcast. Robin Strand, Morgan McDonald. Why this doesn't want to open this way, I don't understand. Let's just go this way. Okay.
All Canadian guys, eh?
Hey, and Morgan,
Oh yeah.
especially being a Newfoundlander, he's the only Newfoundlander to ever turn pro except for Frank McGrath.
Eyes a bills a boat.
Lukey's boat is painted green. Oh, this was quite recent. This was like only minutes ago, dude.
Really?
Yeah, one day out. Yeah. Looks good,
No, he's
man.
looking pretty dry.
The legs, the detail in the legs. Really good.
Yep. It'd be
Yeah,
nice to see
I'm impressed.
a full body picture to see the size of the wheels. I was
100%.
hoping his legs would look a little more full.
Yep.
I predicted
but
him way up high. I don't know if you noticed the first, because he's from where I'm from, close.
I'm closer.
You are you?
Yeah, I'm closer even. Yeah, I am. Yeah, Newfoundland. Yeah.
It's over there and you're out there, yeah, and I'm back there.
Yeah. No, I was in Newfoundland recently, actually. Yeah, but he is looking good, man. He's tall too, eh?
For 5'10", 5'11".
Yeah, yeah.
I think
He's
Robin's
getting
fairly
better and
tall.
better. Yeah, Robin is he's in around there too, I think. Oh yeah, you can see the calf separation too.
Be just nice to see everything else, the how the quads.
Yep. If he keeps
Once
putting
he,
on size in the right places, he's gonna be good, man. He's still got more growing to do for sure.
no, small waist.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think he looks really good. I don't know if he's quite as conditioned as Nate Spear. He might be on the same level as Nate, but it's hard to tell from the pictures.
I would say not quite, but
No,
yeah, hard to tell.
yeah.
I mean, the tree, you can see the tree there. I mean, he looks like he's in shape. You
Yeah,
have to see.
Nate. No, I think Nate had a few more more striations through the Christmas tree, but we'll see. He's looking like he's going to be on point for sure with some of the best we've seen from him.
That's another thing too. I mean, the guy that's going to place last is going to have a good physique because it's
Yeah,
6.
absolutely. Oh, I got to scroll through all this again. For some reason, my computer is fucking with me, and it won't just open a new tab. But that's okay. There's only 6, so it's okay. Let's move right along. Let's see how Stanimal's looking, man.
Stan Dulongo.
Now he's
Can't
been
believe you're
making
not
some
following
waves.
him. You're not following him?
Really?
You got to follow him.
Sorry,
Oh,
Stan.
maybe you are. Maybe you are.
No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't.
No.
Search him enough. Yeah. When was this? A couple days ago? Yeah.
See, he looks
Shit.
better on stage. He's a guy that I never, his Instagram, he doesn't look as good as he does on stage.
He does look really good on stage. There's no question. The one thing you can take away from this is the conditioning. He definitely has it.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he has it. He's got really good balance between the upper and lower body and the back shots too. Like he's not out of balance. He just needs more size overall.
He's another guy like Ross, I would say, that he could do it. Ross did it. If you had told people before the show that he was going to do it, no, he ain't going to beat Tony. Is it Tonio?
No,
Yeah.
Hassan. Oh, at the time it was Tonio. Yeah.
He beat Tonio.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Nobody saw that coming. You're right. Nobody. I had him at 4th at that show.
Yeah, I think me and you both predicted him in fourth, which was actually putting him up decent.
Yeah, absolutely. He looks bigger now too after the rebound. Oh, anyway, for Stanimal, this is not bad at all. Okay, here we go. Condition for sure. Man, he's grainy through the legs.
Yeah, Tom Platz like legs.
The separation from the teardrop to the outer quad is just, ooh, man, those are deep cuts, man. Look, it's like it like drapes over his kneecap. Like that's impressive.
Now, does this put him in a guaranteed second type situation like Kai Green used to be in, or do you think that he's going to challenge for a win here?
Uh, my gut tells me to go with Hassan because of a couple of reasons. Um, one, I think Hassan is going to be good enough, and two, I just want to see Hassan take home the win and get to the Olympia simply due to his perseverance. And there's a little bit of maybe what you would call personal bias in that, but I don't give a fuck. He deserves to go if he shows up looking as good as he did the last two shows. But if he slips, then that's where Stanimal can challenge him on conditioning because there's no question, I don't think, that he's going to be a little bit better conditioned than Hassan, I think.
Yeah, mathematically he beat Stan. Toronto?
Was it?
Or no, when was Hassan? He competed in Orlando.
Yeah, Orlando and Toronto. Yeah.
Orlando. So Orlando was his last show.
Yes.
Didn't Stan competed in Orlando?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah, I believe he did.
Hassan already beat him. All he
You're right.
has to do is beat him again. That's all you have to do.
I don't know anybody else that'll beat him, man, but he is going to show up in shape. There's no question. Yeah, look, there you go.
Yeah.
Right, right, right. Hassan's just huge, dude. Like he's massive. It's hard to compete with that size unless you can at least be comparable and
Well,
be in better condition.
he looks. Yeah, his wheels are being outsized. Yeah, he looks
One could
good.
argue, one could argue he's got a better side chest.
Yeah, what about this back shot here? What do we got going
Eh,
on?
tilted
Well, it's
dorsally,
not
as
a
you would say.
it's not a dominance like I thought it should be for Hassan.
No, it's not. No, it's really not.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fight.
It is. It's gonna be a good show. It is. So we'll see what the comparison looks like. Oh, of course they zoom in now, yeah. Like the detail through
Hassan.
the leg is night and day, right? And
Yeah, yeah.
Stan's got it.
It's funny. Hassan's peeled, but he's got a big midsection. You can see those obliques.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. That's his
It, it's like he needs to be full to get jacked. I don't know why.
jacked he is, that's for fucking sure. Let me see here. So yeah, Stan's gonna be in shape. And now I'm
Stand
scrolling down.
Longo.
Yes. Okay. Well, we may as well continue up to the top here. Um, Aaron Goulet.
Aaron,
I apologize.
Aaron Goulet. It's
Goulet.
French.
Okay.
No, I'm
Yes,
just joking.
I knew. Oh, okay, you got me.
No, it might be. I don't know. There used to be a wrestler called Goulet. I'm pretty sure that's how it's spelled.
I heard you say
Rene
that.
Goulet.
Yeah, I heard you say that in your video. That's right.
Rene Goulet.
Okay, let's see what's going on here. Let's go.
I assume he's the more jacked guy,
I would
not
assume.
not the less jacked guy, who's probably pretty jacked. It's funny seeing less jacked guys around these big jacked guys.
Yeah, I know. I know.
It's like,
I
geez,
think
you're pretty jacked.
we got another guy that looks like he's going to be showing up in pretty good shape.
I had him and Morgan, unfortunately, guys. I had them the last two spots, and I didn't want to disrespect either one of them by putting fifth or sixth. It's just a tight lineup.
It is. It is.
I don't want
But
to offend any of these guys, especially, they're fellow Maritimers. But I would expect them guys to expect me to give my actual honest opinion on it. Not just because he's a Newfoundlander.
of course, but look, these guys are honest with themselves too, right? But everybody
They
shows
wouldn't be
up.
pros. Yeah, they wouldn't be pros if they had that attitude.
That's right. But the other attitude that all these guys have is they show up to win. And that's what I really love about bodybuilding.
Oh, absolutely. It's a fine line between being cocky and confident. But yeah, you're going in to win, but it's like Kareth. Kareth, he was so eager to win that Olympia and he got 7th. And he wasn't upset. He was happy with it.
Yeah.
He knew he could.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do better. It's a good attitude to have.
And he is a lot better now. You're going to see some of these guys end up getting better too. Aaron looks like he's a pretty young guy. It looks like he's still got room to grow. But I like his physique. From this picture, I think he looks pretty good.
It's like an old school guy, Roger Walker.
Yeah.
Never smiled.
Beef stew.
Beef stew. Yeah, get that smile up.
No, he's not doing it, man. Okay, let's see. He's got some serious goon light happening. He might actually be too.
Yeah, I don't like that light.
See if we can decipher through it.
See, I think Morgan might get this guy because I think Goulet needs a little size in the wheels too.
He's got better arms from the side than Morgan, I think.
Yeah, but I mean his upper. I shouldn't say their legs don't look small. It's just his upper body is a little too big, I think, for his lower half.
Yeah, I mean he's got a lot of shadows happening here, but look at the stance. I think he's got that. I think he's got that 1 foot way too far back.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
yeah. See what I mean? His upper body is just huge, so you would expect saddlebags, mounty bumps for wheels.
Yeah,
I'm not seeing that.
He's got good triceps, I find.
Good upper body, tremendous upper body. It's like when I see a good upper body, I stop. I'm mean, right? It sounds terrible. I'll see something good, I'm like, okay,
it's a good shot.
Let me look at what's bad here. No, tremendous upper body, and like you said, that goon lighting. It's hard. I mean, he looks peeled.
Yeah, the stance again. Like I said, with this stance here, I think he'd do himself more justice by having that foot in closer, not extending the leg so far, and it actually might make his legs look bigger.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see.
Yeah, we will. But I'd say decent shape. I think he's going to show up in pretty good shape. It looks like it. He's got striations, yeah.
Yeah. No, from what I see, he is peeled. Everybody's going to be in shape.
100%.
So that was Goulet?
That was a Goulet. Aaron Goulet.
Aaron Goulet. Good luck, yes. Aaron Goulet.
Yes, good luck indeed. So, last two. Prince Bobang. And I checked with a friend on that, my buddy Derek McDonald. He's actually a competitor as well, an amateur competitor. I was like, how do you pronounce his name? And he told me it's specifically Bobang.
Just Bobang.
That's right.
Because I was saying Boabang.
Yes, and apparently many do, but I did double check with him. So if I am wrong, it's Derek's fault. But anyway.
So he's a Nova Scotian.
He is, yeah, up in Dartmouth, yeah. So there's a couple of things that people might not know about this guy in particular. He used to compete in 212 is one thing. I heard on the Canadian Beef podcast as well that he kind of has a unconventional way of approaching bodybuilding as compared to others, such as, I believe I heard anyway, not to misquote anybody, but I believe I heard Morgan and Robin talking about how he's taken upwards of like 4 or 5 months off of weight training altogether, and has jumped back into it at whatever point to do shows or continue to just lift weights or kind of thing, right? So I don't know how long he went before starting a prep for this show. I have no idea. But
4 or 5
regardless,
months.
if I'm not mistaken,
Crazy. Now, scientifically, if you're at a certain age, probably wouldn't be bad for the body but I don't know about that long. But the worst part about that is, and you know this, you'll agree with this, is getting into the swing of things. If you're in the swing of
absolutely.
things, a couple little injuries aren't even going to be as bad as not having it. Because you're
No,
still
that
going to
comes
be
down,
jacked.
and that comes down to the mental aspect too of
It's
staying
all
in that.
mental, all mental. To do that
Yeah,
mentally would be the hardest.
yeah. If you do a number of preps, like look at Mac Rego, he's been prepping for like 7 or 8 months straight, and he's ready to take a break after Atlanta, which I think he's going to win in Classic. But anyway, yeah, for Prince, he is a genetic marvel. He is an absolute freak of nature. This guy reminds me of nothing short of Phil Heath in the upper body in this shot in particular. His chest is massive. His shoulders are round. His tricep is popping. It's incredible the physique that this guy has
Good
through the upper
forearm, too.
body. Forearm, unbelievable. He
Always,
is ridiculous.
I like a good forearm.
Yep,
It's an old school thing. I don't know.
he's got him.
Impressive forearms. Yeah.
He's got him.
Now I hate to
Good
be
level of.
me. I hate to be me, and you know I'm gonna
Yep.
be me. He
Go
needs
ahead.
a little bit more separation in those wheels.
He certainly does. He certainly does. That is the one thing that if he had any weakness, it would be the legs. There's no question. Through the upper body, he's Phil Heath. He's the closest thing I've seen to Phil Heath. But the legs, if he had them, oh, you'd have to see him stand next to some of the top guys out there. But I think that he could probably do well.
Is it a size thing, or do you think it's just a separation?
I'd
Because
say
if
both.
if he had the separation, I don't think they would look too small.
And he does in the hamstrings, if I'm not mistaken.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
he's better. Yep, better from the back.
there's more size too. It seems he's got his
Yep,
quad. Obviously, his quad's bowed out.
tilted thosely. Yeah, he's Phil Heath from the front. From the back, though, he does look good. I think if he had a little bit more width, or maybe it's just this picture, I'm not sure. But um, even the back, like he could really challenge a lot of top guys out there. I think with maybe a little bit more separation, but he's right there.
So many
He is.
guys. There's so many guys.
Oh, but this is just, yeah, you can see the separation in the legs here, especially. But he's a
It's more the upper half of the leg. Even from the
yeah,
side, you can see that the glutes, little too smooth, monsoon.
into smooth monsoon. Yeah, you're right.
Nice
But he
abs.
is.
When you see
Yeah,
if you've seen some him from when he was 212, very nice, tiny midsection. Still
Vancouver
good.
Pro.
Still looks great. It's just he wasn't as big. He wasn't as big.
Exactly. Vancouver Pro, I think, was the 212. The last time I saw him compete in the 212.
It's back in 2020 or 19 even, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was. It was a while ago. But
Been
like
a
I said,
minute.
I think he takes long breaks.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be shredded enough to even. You think he's? I don't know. I don't know where to put him. I don't know where to put him.
This was a week ago, 6 days, I
Yeah.
think. So he's made significant improvement in a pretty short amount of time. Now, this was actually from today, only a few hours ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
He looks. If I was to say, I'd say, yeah, it's different lighting, it's different everything. But if I was to guess, I would say that he looks flatter, which maybe he carbs up quick, maybe he fills out quick, but he does. He's got crazy muscle bellies, massive chest. It's partly size and separation in the legs for sure. But I think that he could, if he can get an upper body like that, I don't see why he couldn't get the legs.
It's gonna be like a battle between him and Aaron because they both seem to have very impressive upper bodies and
Yep.
just a little bit smaller in the lower half. And
He is a
obviously,
hard,
we're comparing them with IFBB top pro heavyweight open class bodybuilders.
I think he's going to stand next to Hassan and challenge him in the upper body, but the lower body is going to be no comparison. That's just how it is.
I'm just not sure if he's shredded. Like
Or if it's going to translate over to the stage. The last time, like you said, he did a show, I think was 2019. Your body can change a lot in 4 years. So that's the other thing about being consistent, right? But even still, man, this is impressive. Like it is. I really like his physique. Like this is impressive. He's massive, dude.
mind you of a Lee Priest physique.
Yeah.
Thick, but still small midsection.
He's going to be good to see on stage.
Yeah, I hope he looks drier on stage.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm looking forward to seeing him. But he is a hard guy to place. You're right. Where do you place this guy?
Especially with the lineup. I mean, Nate looked peeled. So if you stand something like that next to Bobang,
He is a hard guy to place, dude. I don't know. I'm gonna reserve my opinion while I have another minute to think about it, to be honest with you. Because it's hard to place him. It really is. So Hassan did post up a little bit of a recent shot.
so here's Hassan.
Hassan Mustafa.
The Colonel Crunch.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Doesn't look any better or any worse than he did going into Toronto or into Orlando. Really.
Does he need to? Does he need to?
No. He
I
needs to
don't
be
think
as
so.
good. He needs to be as good. As long as he's as good as those two shows, that's it.
I'd like to see him look better so he could say, now the guys that I lost to are in trouble come Olympia time. Especially when Marx Max Muscle does a comparison between his winning version against Phil Klahar.
I was just gonna say I can see what I'm gonna be requesting on the Marx Max Muscle community tab.
I got a poll actually to take care of after this.
Yes. Sometimes he posts a couple of things on his reel here, but
can't tell anything from that.
No, you can't tell anything from that.
You could see the forearm there a little bit.
Oh, that was Gold's Jim Venice. Like that's an old one anyway. Anyway. Okay. We know what we're up against. What was this? 3 days ago? 5 days ago? Whatever.
Really?
Looks
like the exact
it's too
same
far away
from the last prep.
No, this is him at 6 days out. Yeah.
Sure would like to see a little bit more separation in the midsection.
Yep.
Last year at the Orlando, because he won the Puerto Rico Pro, I believe. Yep. But he looked better. He looked better in Orlando.
Oh, Orlando was his best look to date. There's no question. No question. But man,
could have been a two-time champion.
Sure.
Two-time Orlando.
It was a tie. It was a tie.
They give it to the old guy.
They did. And I'm not going to say undeservedly so either. I wouldn't have argued with Hassan winning, and part of me does think that Hassan did win that show, but I do understand and I accept Phil winning. When it's that close,
When it's close, you can't gripe either way. It
flip a
does
coin.
leave a door open. It leaves a door open for the the scary monster that doesn't really exist, known as politics.
No politics.
Excuse me. So if they want certain guys in, like Ian Valier, who for some reason they'd like to have at the Olympia. Not saying anything bad about you, Ian. He's my neighbor.
That's right. He's not far off from you there.
But yeah, it seems like they do like certain guys for the Olympia, and we'll see that come the Texas. Not to jump down a rabbit hole, because they
No,
like Hunter, they love Hunter.
absolutely. And Hunter is going to earn his spot this year because Hunter's looking ridiculous. I'll tell you that right now. If Hunter was in this show, and if I was, that's funny actually. Now that you mentioned it, if I was Hunter, I would have been looking at this Vancouver Pro and be like, maybe I could come in and win that one, even at 4 weeks out or 3 weeks out. I don't know. What if he really pushed hard for a week and just sucked down hard and came in and what? I think he could probably do it.
He's gutsy.
Yeah, yeah.
He's gutsy, and he wants to prove everybody, the naysayers, because I think his placing was the biggest one that most people were talking about last year against the guy that he's going against at the Texas.
100%. 100%.
Oh,
We'll see. We'll see him at the Olympia for sure. But standing next to Hassan, I think
it
Hunter
would be a
might.
good match.
It would be. But as for this, good sir, I'm going to have to consider the fact that everybody's going to be fighting for second place, and that's really just the way I see it. I saw it that way for the Toronto as well, though. I saw it for Orlando as well. I said everybody did, not just me. Everybody, you know. Not
The
many had
Toronto,
Ian Valier winning.
I believe I did.
Did you?
Don't quote me.
I can't remember. I've had so much shit go on between now and that show. I can't remember. Anyway, Hassan has been right up there for top two, no question. But for Orlando, for sure, everybody had him win in Orlando quite handedly going into the show.
He was the already name on the trophy win for Orlando. Nobody's seen Phil coming.
No, sir. Nobody saw him coming. Phil wasn't posting updates either. But for this one, again, I'm going with Hassan as the winner. Second place, third place, fourth place. Tough calls. Tough calls. Are you going to go with Prince Bobang, who has this incredible upper body, but might be able to get beat by guys like Stan and Nate in the lower body portion?
Or condition.
Or condition. Yeah, you're right about that. You're definitely right about that. But I mean,
if Bobang's conditions in, like, these are pitchers. These are backstage. He's not juiced up, ready to go. I'm sure he will look better. But
I think he will.
Going by those,
I do think he will.
And Aaron's lighting was totally different.
Yeah, it was bad lighting for sure. That one picture he had though, he was again tilted dosely, but good level of conditioning, I think. Good balance overall for Aaron. Needs more size overall, but he's getting pretty close. Especially if he can watch his midsection. Now, second place, I think though at the end of the day, I'm gonna have to go with Stanimal. I think Stanimal is gonna have just that little bit extra level of conditioning as compared to Nate Spear.
I'm the same as you are.
Yep.
I got Hassan 1, Stan Longo, Stanimal number 2. I honestly forget who I have third.
I can't remember who you have third either, but I'm going to put Nate Spear in third.
I
Yeah,
either have him or Bobang.
I'm going to put Bobang in fourth, partly because I'm not convinced on the conditioning, and partly because he just hasn't competed since 2019. And since I heard he takes these long breaks in between, not that it matters from what I'm seeing now, potentially, but anyway, I'm going to put him in fourth. After that, I am going to put Morgan in fifth. I think that Morgan is going to show up just with that little bit more polish than Aaron Goulet.
Yeah. Hey, if Prince is not in the shape, I could even see Morgan getting ahead of him.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
We're talking condition. Prince he's jacked with his physique. If he is in shape, he can get top 3.
For sure he can. For sure.
Like
I think he
thick,
can.
full round chest, arms. It's a strong upper body.
Oh, massively strong. But for this one, I am going to have to go with Hassan. And like I said, Hassan, Stan, Nate, Prince, and then I'm going to have Morgan and then Aaron. And it looks like everybody's going to show. Well, if Bobang shows up in shape, then we're going to have everybody showing up in shape. And again, Matt over there at Muscle Discord, another shout out. Matt's got a great channel over there too. Matt actually. They said it there earlier in the season that conditioning is back, and they're right. A lot of guys are showing up in fantastic condition again. You know, from first to even getting down to last place in a lot of shows. You know,
they're tightening up on their diets, and yes, Muscle Discord, awesome new channel.
Yep, they're great guys over there. Recently interviewed Sean Clarita.
Good interview. I watched that. Yeah,
it was good. So that's what we're going to be up against for the show. The only problem, Tyler Mannion, I don't know if I want to talk about Tyler in this one, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's almost like I don't even want to put energy into it, but I mean, if you want to go ahead.
I actually do want to put energy into it, but the energy that I want to put into it, I think I want to save for an entirely different episode of the Bodybuilding Breakdown. But one thing that we will address is the Vancouver Pro show. So I've got an issue with the Vancouver Pro show, and I was going to go to their website, but in fact, our very good friend who did not make it to this evening, being Josh Sanch over there at the Bodybuilding News Network.
Hi, Josh.
Hi, Josh. Have fun working. He posted this, and I thought it was both clever and accurate. Hell to the no. These are the prices, I should say, for the Vancouver Pro show. It is $49.99 Canadian for the prejudging. It is $69.99 for the finals. And I believe the Olympia in its entirety from 2022 was in around $70. And it's the Olympia.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
For a top 6 lineup. For a guy who's just lost a pro show, 2 pro shows. That's set to win easily. Not to take anything away from Hassan, but you know what I'm saying. He just lost twice, and he's the easy favorite to win this one. So it's not like a Texas show. This Texas show coming up, I mean, that's going to be a banger.
And I bet you it's not going to be as expensive as this. The Empro Classic was 20 euros. 20 euros, dude. You know, that's reasonable. The New York Pro was a reasonable price. You know, the Orlando, I can't remember what the Orlando didn't even have one, which is a whole other thing in and of itself in this day and age. Ridiculous. But anyway, Toronto, I refused to pay for Toronto because it was so expensive. But this is even more. So I officially will not pay these outrageous prices, regardless of the lineup, I don't care if your top 6 from the Olympia are showing up. Even the Pittsburgh Pro guest posing, I can't remember exactly, but it was reasonable from what I can remember. This is unreasonable, and there's no justification behind this kind of money. And this is just for the pro shows. This is just for the pros. I will go to their Vancouver Pro show website now.
Yeah, I mean that's that is a bit much.
A bit, dude. It's completely unreasonable from what I can see.
If you're rich, that's people are like, what are you talking about? I'm rich. But for most people, they can't afford a jock strap for a hummingbird. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and for the caliber of event that it is, being a pro qualifier, for sure.
But like I said, guy just lost to 2 guys.
So the pro qualifiers are also separately charged. $50 for the prejudging and $60 for the finals. So if you want to watch the entire event for this weekend, you're getting into almost $250.
It's a ripoff, man.
It is beyond a ripoff. It's like I said, there's no justification behind charging this kind of money. There's just not. I don't care if it's an 8K. And the reason that the reason that I'm so upset about it is because I want to support these shows. I want to support these athletes, and I will happily pay to have shows streamed online. But for this amount of money, it's just not reasonable. And I can't do it. I won't do it. I could do it, but I'm choosing not to because this is just outrageous. And it's unfortunate mostly, absolutely for the most part. It's unfortunate for the athletes. That's what it comes down to.
Is there even 212?
I don't think so. I think the next 212 show is Chicago. John Jewett's jumping into it. No, there's for the pro show, fitness, classic physique, men's physique, and then figure prejudging, IFBB Pro men's bodybuilding finals. So
you get an hour of men's physique, which a lot of bodybuilding fans don't like, and bikini, your wellness, you say.
Yeah.
There's usually 1,000 competitors for each. And I don't want to discredit any divisions or anything like that, but
certainly not. Actually, now that I'm looking at this
closer, I'm going by my comments. Like, people despise these divisions.
No, absolutely. Look, there's a general consensus out there, and I think it's pretty well understood. Doesn't make it right, but it's pretty well understood. But for this here, actually, if you wanted to watch the men's open, which is what I'm mostly interested in, it'd be $50 for the prejudging, and then it would be another $50 for the finals. So it wouldn't be 120, but it would be 100, and that's still outrageous. So regardless, it's
that's what you pay for like a WrestleMania or Mike Tyson versus whoever versus anybody.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's a big ticket price.
It's a big ticket price, that's big UFC boats, paying for live streams like that. I haven't bought one in a while, but I mean, it's too much. It's more than the Olympia. That's my general measuring stick. If your live stream is more than what the Olympia is charging, I'm not doing it.
Shouldn't even be close.
30, $40. Yeah, I get it for sure, right? That's reasonable. More than happy.
You should try to reach as many people as you can with these smaller shows.
Exactly.
That's where they need to get it out there, because people are like new to bodybuilding. People are brand new to bodybuilding. What's this? The Toronto or Vancouver Pro? Huh? What's that? Oh, they compete. Oh, so the winner goes to the Olympia? Oh, isn't that neat? And then oh, there's another show. Oh, so the winners of the shows. Okay, then they get somebody to watch it, but they're not going to get some new fan to the bodybuilding to pay that much money to see these people. They're just not going to do it. Needs to be more mainstream.
And how do you accomplish that? By making it a reasonable price, especially based on what the consumer is going to receive in return, you know? And that's what it comes down to.
They need to also worry about bringing these guys' physiques closer to the screen, closer to us, so we can see it, which could easily be done with today's technology. You could have, like, there's an Instagram page. I don't know the name of it. You know the name of it. Or maybe you can't think of it. They have these very high quality zoomed in pictures of them doing their routines. I believe it was at the Arnold. Maybe
That
not.
was
But those are
it's
crystal clear.
Gilco Productions. They're the
Yoko
same
Productions.
they're the same company that did the videos of the athletes for the Olympia, and it is hands down the best quality that's out there for bodybuilding coverage right now in terms of video footage and pictures. And they have a lot of events that they are doing this year before the Olympia. Companies like that exist, the technology exists. There should be no reason why, especially in a sport where you're looking for very specific details in a physique, that you do not offer the best quality images. And it's not like it's technology that's hard to access these days.
It's like they're trying to stay away from it. I don't get it. I don't get it. There should be more access to the fans. There should be more access to the fans of what these guys look like. So that means not putting a giant screen behind them, first of all, or with all due respect to whoever choose the color for the Toronto Pro or the Portugal Pro. I mean, your bodybuilders are going to blend right in with that. I mean, that's obvious.
Bad.
That's obvious. Yeah. That's obvious. You got to pick like a neutral color.
It was literally Protan brown as the background in Toronto. Like,
they use spray tan to paint the backgrounds.
You may as well have just showed up in camo and put them in a forest. Like, it was bad.
Well, they did give us a break on the LED screen, which I don't care what color they make it. The screen makes everybody look washed right out. Look at everybody at the Olympia.
That's why the New York Pro was so good this year, because it was just a backdrop. It wasn't these the Arnold Classic Brazil. Remember with Beirut Tabani? Terrible background, awful, way too much flash. Like, it just too much.
They're trying to. It's not what you should be doing. They're trying to get away from what the roots are. Is the physiques.
I really like the stage setups that they've done in the past, where they have actual physical items on the stage, you know, ones that look like a fucking Roman Colosseum, you know, like 1999 Olympia, black. But otherwise, you have massive pillars, and it looks like you're on this, you know, extravagant stage.
2020, they did that. 2020, they did that. They had doorways with screens on them. But it wasn't a whole big screen like they did in 2022 and 2021. I said 2020, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
But look at the previous events. I mean, the lighting is perfect.
They could easily get back to that. Easily get back to something like that, you know?
No, I'm not saying that Fuad Abiad mentioned that. Bob Ciccarello jumped all over his case. He took it personal. We get great big LED screens there. We need to use them. We paid for them.
Don't pay for something that's not going to highlight the guys
if you need to. Put them above the guys. You're still seeing it, and it's not taken away. Well, it still is going to. Once that screen lights up, it's taken away from their shine.
There's no getting around it. It is. And there's been really, really good looking stages with the ability to still get all of your sponsors on there too. It can all work. but without the flash and the LED screens and everything. They're doing it already. Vancouver Pro is a perfect example of that. Actually, they usually have the big archway that guys walk through, kind of thing, right? Awesome.
Mhm.
They've done it. They've done that at the Olympia before. I'm sure. There's ways around it, but man, I don't know what they're going to do for the Olympia this year. I do hope that they improve upon the two
I
things,
do.
like we were saying. Yeah, the screen and the timings. Get these guys on stage on time.
There's
Unbelievable.
like there's two different stages for the Olympia. I mean, do you remember that in 2021? They had the first day, they had classic on that
Yes.
stage, and then the next day they had classic on the LED screen. And Bumstead looked so much better the first day because there was no screen behind him.
Yeah, the white and blue lightning bolt-esque type background for the classic physique competitors was not great last year.
Do you remember the lights going off and there was things spinning and it's like, what is going on? There's literally somebody trying to make this as worse as they can. There was things like you're supposed to be focused on something, right? I don't care
Yeah.
if you're so focused on this physique that you can't take it. Your eyes are gonna look over there, even if they're not looking there. It's gonna, it was a total BS. With
No,
all
I
due
know.
respect. With all due
It
respect, it was atrocious.
and it's only because these things have been done better in the past. So taking steps backwards is not a good look. It's not a
That's
good
what they're
look.
doing. That's what they're
Yep,
doing.
they are. But for what we're up against here with this upcoming weekend, the Olympia we're still 17 weeks away from. We've got our picks for the Vancouver Pro. I think that it's probably a lot of safe bets in there. But if somebody comes in and really shocks us, or Hassan doesn't show up in shape, well, that's what makes shows interesting like this. The
Shock,
smaller
shock.
lineups. Hey, you never know. You don't know. You just don't know. We've seen some shockers this year, but it's probably going to be a Hassan. All right.
All right, change my light. Oh, there's green.
Yeah, I like the blue. I do like the blue. Um, yeah, I was gonna do a bit of a rant on the recent Tyler Mannion video, like we were talking about earlier. We'll save that for when we got Sanch here too, because it does affect him when the top guys out there say things about us as YouTubers and bodybuilding analysts and stuff like that. But we'll get into that. For anybody that's seen it already, that's something that we'll get into when we get Sanch back here too.
Yeah, absolutely. Saunch
Yeah.
can give him a piece of his mind as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's and I've spoken to a couple other guys about it too, Krishana Goat Fitness, and I asked Matt about it over at Muscle Discord. I mean, it affects all of us. I should ask Dave here about what his thoughts are on it too.
Well, obviously, we watch it to have an opinion on it. But yeah, I don't want to jump down the rabbit hole. Or it's
We
more of a
will
topic than any rabbit hole. It's more of a topic.
call that a sneak peek for now. Best of luck to all the competitors this weekend at the Vancouver Pro, and we'll get we'll get coverage of what is the next show after that? Is it Texas?
Yeah, no, no.
No,
When's the
Chicago.
Masters? Oh, the Masters is until August?
It's still a ways away, I think. The Chicago, I think, is the next one. Because Hunter's competing in Chicago too, isn't he? No,
Is he
no.
doing
Blessing.
Chicago?
No. That's Blessing and Justin Shire.
They sneak up on you.
They do. Yeah, they do. A lot of good shows this year.
Yeah, there's more good shows, better shows than there's been so far.
I think it's time to do the mid-season wrap up too. You usually do a mid-season wrap up video, don't you?
I'm getting antsy. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm thinking, wait for one more show, and like if Andrew Jack gets into the Olympia, then everybody will be like, oh, who's in now? Because we got Jack and we got Crezo. So I
Yeah.
think probably after the Texas. Yeah, you're right. I usually do them before
Yeah.
because you get your top five. You get your top five from last year.
Sure. Yeah.
So right there you have.
I think if you wait till Texas, that's a little bit further than mid-season. Even now, we're pretty deep into the season, even though there's still a fair few qualifiers coming up. So maybe it's not too late yet.
It'll
I mean, it's
be
never too late. You got to do it.
it'll be halfway, half season.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But we got a few guys like Brett Wilkin. He's qualified. Beirut to Benny. It's going to be an interesting list.
It is. It's going to be pretty diverse, It's going to be pretty diverse. And any of these guys are capable of showing up and, shaking it up in some call-outs for sure.
Will Hassan Mustafa be there?
Yes.
I'm
I'm going with yes.
Yeah.
I have to.
That's
He better win this
not
weekend,
a bold.
man. Like, no, he has to. Like, if he doesn't win this weekend, I don't even know, man. But I have more confidence in him winning this one than I did even the last two, and I was very confident.
Well, I mean, Stan was in Orlando.
Yes, and he beat him.
So yeah.
Yeah, and he beat him. Although they did certain shots were of more comparison than I thought, especially the back.
Yeah, Nathan might have something to say about that as well.
He might. It's going to be a good show. I'm just not paying for it.
No,
All right.
I don't blame you.
Let's call her at that for now. And yeah, we'll get another episode of the bodybuilding breakdown on the go as soon as we get back our good friend Josh Sanch. And we'll take her from there.
Have to get Austin on here too at some point.
We do still have to get Austin. It's so tough for me right now to even do this, with us, because I've been doing ridiculous hours at work, which is fun. I mean, it's good. We're busy. I'm glad the company is busy. We've been doing a lot of diving and a lot of boating, and it's great. But it does leave a little bit less time for this, and family too. We've got a pretty good.
Throw that in, tack that at the end there, and then I got a family. I got a wife and kids. Yeah,
Which is the important part. Don't get me wrong. Thankfully, my wife is quite supportive. I try to do this stuff, like even videos, like I get up at 5:00 on weekends to try and make them before everybody gets up and stuff like that, because weekends come around. I want to spend time with the family too, right? So yeah. But no, I mean, you make it all work. Balance. Life is about balance.
Don't put too much on your plate at once. Unless
you're trying to bulk up. That time is well past, dude. Well past. But you make it work.
Yeah, you're doing it, man. You're doing it.
Yes. Plenty more left. All right. That's going to do it for this episode of the Bodybuilding Breakdown, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Peace.